Here we've got a math worksheet on telling time. This time we're going to learn how to tell time to the half hour. And that means our long minute hand is not going to point to the 12, but it's going to point straight down to the 6. This is the long hand that's pointing to the 6 because that's showing us the half hour. Think of the clock as being divided in half, straight down the middle. And to go all the way around the clock is 60 minutes. So to go halfway around the clock is half of 60. That happens to be 30. So when our long red hand is pointing to the 6, what I'm going to write for the minutes is 30. That stands for 30. There are 30 minutes in this half of the clock, and then 30 minutes in that half of the clock, for a total of 30 plus 30 makes 60. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Half an hour is 30 minutes. Now this is the tricky part. Our hour hand is not pointing directly at a number. In fact, it's halfway between the 7 and the 8. It has not reached 8 o'clock yet. It needs to move further along to be 8 o'clock. So in this case, we say it's going to be the number that it has gone past, not the number it's reached yet. So it's going to look like 7:30, or half past 7, 7:30. Let's take a look on my moving Judy clock. So here's my Judy clock, and if we see the minute hand is straight up to the 12, that means 0 minutes, and my shorter hand is pointing to the 7, this clock says 7 o'clock. But as I move the minute hand around, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, notice the hour hand is not pointing directly at the 7 anymore. 25 minutes. Ooh, it's moved a little more. Now all the way down to the bottom of the clock where it says 30 minutes. We can see it says 30 right there. 30 minutes. And now I can see that the hour hand is between the 7, but it hasn't reached the 8. In fact, this minute hand needs to go all the way back up to the top to reach 8 o'clock. It has not done that yet. It's only gone halfway around the clock. So it's only half past the 7, not yet to the 8. 7:30. So our answer is 7:30. So let's take a look again. Here's our minute hand pointing down to the 6. We know that means 30 minutes to get around the clock to the bottom half. So we know our minutes are going to be 30. The tricky part is the hour hand. It's halfway between the 6 and the 7. But remember, it hasn't gotten to 7 o'clock. It's not yet 7, right? There's still 30 minutes to go before it's 7 o'clock. So therefore, we go back to the hour that was before. And that means it was 6. Halfway around, past 6, now makes it half past 6, or 6:30. Here's our minute hand pointing down to the 6. We know that represents 30 minutes. So 30 minutes is what we're putting in here. Look at our hour hand. It's between the 12 and the 1, but we know it's not yet 1 o'clock. This minute hand has to keep traveling around for the hour hand to get pointing to the 1. So therefore, it's this hour that came before. It's 12:30, or half past around 12 o'clock, 12:30. We've got the minute hand pointing down at the 6. We know that means 30 minutes, so we'll write in 30. Right. Here we have the hour hand. It's pointing between the 9 and 10. It has not yet come around to reach 10. It's still 9 o'clock, but we don't say it's 9 o'clock. We say it's 9:30, halfway past 9 o'clock, on its way to get to 10. 9:30. Here we have our minute hand pointing down to the 6. We know that that means 30 minutes, right? It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. If we kept going, we'd go 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60 minutes up here, or 0. So we say 30 minutes when it's pointing down at the 6, the long hand we're talking about. The shorter hand, here it is, halfway between the 2 and the 3. It's not yet 3 o'clock because this hand would have to keep going around the clock to reach 3. This hand would keep moving down to reach 3. So we say it's still that hour before. It's still 2:30, right? 2, and this minute hand has come around, which has made this hour hand move halfway between the 2 and the 3, but it's still 2:30. Last one. Pointing to the 6. What does that mean for minutes? It means 30 minutes. The hour hand, pointing halfway past the 4, on its way to getting to 5. Has not yet reached the 5, has it? Because this minute hand has to go all the way up to the 12. So we say it's going to be 4:30. Half past 4, 4:30. Calling time to the half hour.